So as you all can see, today is not your average video. Today we are talking about action figures. So these have been a staple in my life since I was a kid. Growing up for Christmas, one of the greatest things under the Christmas tree was new action figures. So as you already saw, I got tons of them, and today I got a few more. We're going to take a look at these bad boys, and I'm going to let you know what I think about them. So before we get too deep into this, let's give a real quick rundown of action figures over the history of their life. So to begin with, action figures have come a long way in their illustrious history. They started as figures that have no mobility, just solid pieces of plastic, and they've worked their way up through the generations to having articulating shoulders, to articulating legs, to articulating knees, hips, shoulders, ankles, wrists, all the way up to what we have now, where we have fully articulating action figures. I have seen these action figures evolve from just the basic pieces of plastic to the most articulating artwork. We call it what it is, artwork. These action figures are pure artwork now compared to what they were in the past. And to be able to give a real good review of these new ones I got back here, first we got to set some ground rules and some criteria for what makes a good action figure. So, number one, likeness. Action figures need to look like who they're supposed to look like. No one wants to buy an action figure of Goku and it ends up looking like a puddle of mud. No one wants to see action figures like that. You want your action figure to look like who it's supposed to look like. Number two, articulation. So like I said, action figures of yesteryear, no articulation at all. Just a solid piece of plastic that you just could stand up and move. And over the years, they've evolved into the articulating pieces of artwork, where they have articulation at every single joint. If humans can move and flex it, action figures of today, they have the ability to flex and move in those positions as well. Which leads us to our third part of rating our action figures, and that's posability. If the action figures can't articulate, then that means action figures can't pose. And that's one of the funnest things to do with action figures, is to put them in their iconic poses that you saw them in their respected cartoons that you got the action figure for. But you can't do that if the action figure doesn't have good articulation. You must be able to move and have all those articulating joints so that you can put them in those iconic poses that you know and love from the cartoons. Next, we have durability. Now this is huge when it comes to action figures, especially when you're talking about action figures for kids or adults. It doesn't really matter. You want these things to be durable. No one's going to go pay for an action figure to open it up, take it out of the box, and it falls apart as soon as you put it in your hand. Or in the sake of kids, while they're paying with them, one hit, one drop, boom, money down the drain because it's broken to pieces. You want a strong, solid, durable figure. That's how figures were back in the day. You could throw these things, drop these things, you could even run them over. The toys of yesteryear were so durable, they can take more than a hit and keep on ticking. Finally, we want accessories. The action figure itself makes itself, but the accessories to go with it, they just put that icing on the cake to make it really worth your while, worth your money, to let you know that you got a real good bang for your buck to get a solid action figure, plus have accessories to go along with it so you can further relive iconic moments in the TV shows that you love. Alright, so now that we got our ground rules set, it's time to break these bad boys out and see how well they stack up to this standard. Alright, so what's in the box? Alright, so these pieces have been 3 months in the making. I got the first two back in June, right before I left for my Spartan race in Canada. I got another one in July, and got the final one last month in August. And honestly, there's still one more coming. It's not till October, but we got to get these four out of the way. So, without further ado, it is the new SS Figurance Dragon Ball Super Broly movie line. All of the Saiyans. All of them. The only one I don't have yet is the only one that hasn't been released yet, and that is the base form Broly from the movie, which I have pre-ordered. He'll be here later this year. When I get him, I will have a unboxing and review of that one as well. But this is it, folks. This is 3 months in the making. Goku, Vegeta, Gogeta, Broly, all of them. They are here, and we are going to take a look at them in part 2 and part 3 of this video, and I'm going to let you know what I think about them. Do they meet the criteria that we set to make a great action figure? All of that we're going to find out in these next 2 videos. If you want to find out if these action figures are worth your time and your money to add to your collection, check out part 2 and part 3 of this video. That's where the reviews are going to be. That's where the actual unboxing of the figures are going to be. Now, this is going to be a continuing series where I review these action figures. Not just these, but tons more that I have that are still in boxes that I haven't unboxed yet, as well as new ones that I have along the line. So be on the lookout for those videos to make sure you know when those videos come out. Hit that notification button. That way you don't miss a single video. For now, we're signing off, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.